Hello everyone, welcome back to Edible Abundance Homestead. I am out here in my garden with a helper, picking strawberries. Hey, that gate is locked on that side, you gotta go back over the other way. I'm like cowgirl boots when it's like 80 degrees out, but anyway. So I'm going to attempt to film the second part of my garden today, the more summer part of my garden, although really the stuff I showed you yesterday, a lot of the stuff in here is summer stuff, you know, cucumbers, squash and that sort of thing. Those are all summer crops too, really. But first what I wanted to do was show you some harvesting. So I ended up harvesting beets and making beet chips. They were a little too salty, but my kids did eat them. They tasted good. They were like, if you buy, sometimes, you know, you buy a bag of potato chips and like the seasoning mix was just off and they're way too strong. It was kind of like that. So I'm taking note that that recipe had too much salt in it. But anyway, tonight, actually I think most of our dinner is gonna come from our backyard. So I have chicken thawed out from the batch of meat chickens that I raised. I think I got them in the end of February, and then so I butchered them about 2 weeks later. And then I haven't been doing a lot of grocery shopping to try to force myself to eat as much as I can from the garden. So right now I'm going to pick, see if I can see some, these sugar snap peas. I'm going to pick all that I can of them and saute them. I think I'm going to pick some of the radishes that look pretty good and roast them. I have like a tiny bit of broccoli left over that I bought at the store, so I'll probably toss that in the roasting pan with the radishes just to kind of fill it out more. I might try to roast some carrots. So I picked a couple carrots and they seemed okay. They were super funny shaped, but the flavor was mostly okay. The texture seemed good. I ate one raw and it was fine. So I think I'll pick a few and see how they are. My kids don't love carrots in any form really, but I mean, they'll eat them a little bit. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the carrots. But I might grab some salad. We'll see kind of how much I end up with when I'm done picking the peas and the radishes and the carrots and just kind of go from there. What are you doing? Are you picking more strawberries? Yeah. Okay, cowgirl. And then one other thing I was gonna pick really quick. This isn't gonna go into a meal. Hold on, I gotta slip between my own arches here. So I showed yesterday. Is it a funny shape? Oh, look how cute. So here's that nasturtium. I've never eaten a nasturtium before. I feel like now's as good a time as any to try one. So, I saw it out here, and it's gorgeous. And honestly, it would cross my mind to not eat it because it's so pretty. But I really want to try it because I've never had one before. I tasted one of the leaves earlier today, and I was really surprised by the flavor. They're spicy. Like, it's surprising how much flavor they have to them. It's funny too because they're kind of, to me, I kind of felt it was like a cross between the spice of a pepper, like a not hot pepper, but like that kind of flavor, and the spice from a radish or like a wasabi. It was kind of between those two, which was really interesting. So I might have to see. I mainly planted them. Strawberry girl running by. I mainly planted them because I had heard that they are good for keeping squash bugs away. So I don't want to eat all of them. I want them to grow big. Like I said, we'll see how big these even grow. I've got them planted on the trellises. Hopefully they'll grow up the trellis, but I'm going to try this really quick. So. Ooh, yeah, there's that heat. Wow, I really like that. I'm planning, you know, my neighbor who has a greenhouse and sells plants, she has nasturtiums in her greenhouse and they're only open for a couple more weeks. I bet that I could get, I think I saw in one of her pictures she has some left. I might sneak over there and grab some more nasturtiums to put in. That's really good. It's funny because it starts out kind of a floral taste, and the flower was a little sweeter than the leaves, I thought, but you start to chew and it hits you. That's super interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, sorry, this is taking a lot longer than I intended. But yeah, wow, if you don't grow nasturtiums, you should try them because wow, they are tasty, and that's something you will, I mean, probably never find at a store. You know, you might find it at a farmer's market, but I attend our local farmer's market and shop there regularly, and I've never seen it before. So, squash blossoms I'll occasionally see, but I've never seen nasturtiums. That's interesting. Okay, anyway, now that the exciting part is over, I'm gonna do some quick harvesting. I'll show you what I harvested, and then, assuming my toddler is still napping and my strawberry fiends are not like running amok out here, I will show you the summer garden. But harvesting first because Mom's got to get dinner going. All right, so real quick, here's what I got. A few peas, and a pretty good handful of radishes. I think I picked all the radishes that I'm gonna get for the year. I left behind some ones that were really, really huge. Especially, I must have planted these purple ones earlier than these. The red ones are just like a standard, I don't even know what kind they are, grocery store kind. The purple ones I'm quite sure came from Baker Creek. And the one that's got white on the tip is a French breakfast radish, English breakfast radish, something like that, also from Baker Creek. I must have planted the purple ones much earlier than the other ones because their greens are a lot bigger and a lot of the radish roots are a lot bigger. Some of them are even so big that they've split. And some of them are starting to go to seed. So those I'll leave. Radishes are actually completely edible. Their leaves are edible, which I've never eaten the leaves. But their seed pods and their flowers are also edible. I think I tried a seed pod last year, but I didn't really do much with them. So we'll kind of see how they go this year with what's left out here. There's not a lot left out here. There are a few that are still teeny tiny. So I might get another, it'll probably be enough for like a salad, and that's gonna be about it. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a pretty good amount of radishes, actually more than I was expecting. And then the peas. It's just me and my 3 kids tonight, so you know, we don't need it to be a huge spread. I'll toss in that broccoli that I talked about, just because if I don't, it's probably getting bad at this point. I'm tempted, you know, you're out here in the garden and I'm so tempted to just pick everything and, oh, we're gonna eat all these vegetables. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Hey, you guys going to get more strawberries? There's my strawberry girls. Oh, there is a butterfly, yeah. I could pick some spinach and saute some spinach. I should pick a head of lettuce and make myself a salad. I mean, my kids will try it. They don't really like salad, but they try it. They're really good about trying things lately. The 4-year-old is the most picky one. In just a minute, I will. And she even said, Mommy, I'll take a medium-sized bite of a radish if you make radishes. I was like, hey, that's great. Like, I'm really glad that you're willing to try it. So anyway, I'm not gonna pick spinach or lettuce right now. First of all, if I get lettuce, I'm gonna have to throw together some salad dressing, which is not hard, it doesn't take long. Let's see how I'm doing for time when dinner time rolls around. Just a minute, sweet girl. You're gonna water the strawberries? Okay, I'll have to go get you some water, okay? I'll be right there, okay? And the spinach, I just don't think I'm gonna have enough time, so we're gonna stick with this. Okay, I'll go get water. I'll go get water from the hose now, okay? All right, I got this. We'll see about the summer garden. I haven't decided yet. I need to look at what time it is. I'm taking a video. You say hi? Hi. I've got to go. Sure, you can say hi too. Say hi. Hi. I've got to go fill a fishy watering can with water. Hopefully I can come back and do the garden tour. It's not just one person, it's whoever watches it. Yeah, she's making a video. I'm making a video. All right, hopefully be back. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna take you through the summer garden really quickly. For the amount of plants in here, they're all mostly the same because they're mostly tomatoes. I said I was gonna take another video, remember? I know. Okay, I'm gonna flip you around, show it to you real quick, and then run in the house and get the oven preheating for the chicken and get dinner going. So, let's get you flipped. So as you can see, I still need mulch. We put this black plastic stuff down in the walkways, which is actually not the way they usually use this. But that's the way we're gonna try it because it was too late to put it where the plants were when I realized that the mulch situation was not gonna happen. So we're gonna see how it goes. First of all, over here, so here's the area I was just in. Overgrown, weeds, beets, carrots, lettuce, all that stuff. This bare patch here is going to have, for sure, eggplants in it. The eggplants have a tendency to get really hit hard by flea beetles here. So I'm trying to let them grow up as much as possible so that if that happens, it doesn't kill them. I'm also ordering, in the past I've used a homemade like pepper spray with mint in it, garlic in it, cayenne pepper in it, and it's definitely, it helped, but we only got like, I think we only had one eggplant plant survive last year, and so we only got like 2 or 3 eggplants. And normally we make eggplant parmesan and we like bread it and cook it and then put it in the freezer, so all we have to do in the winter is pull out however much we want, throw some sauce on it, throw some cheese on it, and then we're good to go. So we definitely need to, we want some eggplants. That was the biggest failure of last year, was that we got hardly any eggplants. Over here, behind this little windmill thing, these are the pepper plants we planted. Oh, and my shadow's right in the way. So these are pepper plants, just plain bell peppers. I have a couple jalapenos growing because I want to use them because I want to make my own salsa this year. I haven't canned salsa before, and I don't want to have to buy it at the store anymore. So canning more tomato products this year is a big goal. So bell peppers, and then 1, maybe 2 jalapeno pepper plants so that I can buy as few ingredients for that as possible. You've already seen the tomatoes. Between some of the tomatoes, I have added in teeny tiny little basil plants. They were not really ready to go out. However, my toddler managed to grab a tray of plants and pulled, luckily it was just the basil, off of a table, and they all dumped out. And so there really wasn't any way to get them back in their little starter pots. So to try to save them, I just put them out here. And they're doing okay. This happened a couple days ago. They're not in great shape, but they're all still alive. So I'm going to call that a win for now. So anyway, that's one addition. This okra has been out for a while. I planted out more okra. There's a couple right there. I don't know if I've shown this. These marigolds are from my neighbor's greenhouse. The ones that have flowers are from my neighbor's greenhouse. The ones without flowers are the ones that I started. But it turned out I didn't have enough. So I went and I grabbed more from her. And they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I love the marigolds. I'll definitely be starting more of those next year. So there's a couple new okra. And there's a couple new okra. Just walking along this side. On the other side down there, I'm not going to go over there because I think I've already, you know what, maybe I will. I think I've already shown you the zinnias. But anyway, this marigold is like a different variety, and it just has this, look at that flower. That's one flower. Look at that huge head. I can't remember what it's called. I had the tag out here, and it seems to have gotten lost, but that's okay. One of these okra plants, that little puny one over there, was a replacement for one that died. These are zinnias. I'm really happy with how tall and stocky they are because I was worried about them being leggy when I planted them out. But they're all doing really well. Like shockingly well. I figured I'd lose a few, and I don't think I have. Maybe one. I don't really remember. I don't remember losing one. I think I've got a couple growing a little bit crooked, but These are all zinnias. As you can see, this area also needs to be weeded, just not quite as badly as the spring area. Down here, this massive bush situation is bachelor buttons that our homeschool co-op group came and planted. And I've never grown them before, and so I'm hoping that's the bachelor buttons and I'm not just letting weeds grow here. We'll see what happens. I'm just letting them go. We also tried to plant milkweed down at that end, and I don't see anything down there that looks like anything other than a weed. But I haven't been pulling much down there, though I could go through and pull some of the obvious weeds. I see some. I mean, some of these are clearly weeds, but I pulled up a picture of milkweed, and I kind of went through and didn't see anything that looked like it. I'm not sure how finicky milkweed is, but I need to kind of figure out what's what down here. Obviously, there's some lamb's quarter. I see some purple dead nettle, like there's a dandelion. A lot of this is obviously weeds, so there's more important weeding that needs to be done before I get to this. And then I guess lastly down here we have, we put in a bird feeder. Well, there's a bird there. I'll flip you up to look at it. So there's a bird feeder over there, and then I got a hummingbird feeder that I haven't had a chance to make the syrup for yet, to go on the hook on the other side. But that's the first filling of that bird feeder, and it seemed, you know, you first put it up, you're like, bring on all the birds, and there's no birds, and there's no birds, and then all of a sudden it's like the bird feeder's 3/4 empty, and I'm like, I gotta get the bird seed out and fill that back up again. So we've had a lot of little birds hanging around. I'm not so great at bird identification. That's probably something I should work on. So that looks like a sparrow to me, but I have no real clue. Anyway, here are, in the shadow as it's late afternoon here, 4 watermelon plants on this side, 2 sugar babies, and 2 orange glow. One of the sugar baby mounds actually has 2 plants on it because the one plant looked like it was dying, so we put a second one out just in case, and now it looks like they're both living, which is fine with us. And then over there I have cantaloupes, 4 cantaloupes, in addition to the 2 cantaloupes that I am trying on the trellis, just because cantaloupes are important enough that I'm not willing to risk the trellis thing not working well for us. And so if we have extra cantaloupes this year, that's fine. I looked up some different cantaloupe like pickle recipes and stuff I found, so we'll figure out something to do with them. Plus, cantaloupes are one of my favorites. I eat a ton of cantaloupes when they're in season, and for the most part I refuse to buy melons from the grocery store because we'll see, you know, big giant watermelons, and I'm just like, nope, we're gonna grow them. They taste 1,000 times better when you grow them. So thank you for watching today. I need to get inside and get dinner going. I have a few more plants to plant that I talked about. I'm also debating about planting sweet corn. I was thinking about planting it with my melons, but I'm worried I don't have enough space to plant a decent sized block. And now I'm thinking maybe I'll plant it back where the beets and carrots and stuff are. I'm like thinking out loud as I do this video. So yeah, we'll see. We're gonna think about it. I'm thinking about it. I'd really like to grow some sweet corn for us this year because we buy it from a local guy, and that's great, but you know, it's fun to grow your own too. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I watched a video about planting it, but they were planting a significantly larger area than I really have available to give to sweet corn. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.